Grammar 2 for Level 2 students. Chapter 8 Connecting Ideas. Connecting ideas with so. Combining two sentences. So combines two sentences. A comma is usually used when so combines to complete independent sentences into one sentence. So expresses results. Let's say the example. He lost his bag. He was very sad. In these two sentences, one is the reason and the other is the result. He lost his bag and he was very sad. This is the result, and we are going to join these two sentences with so. Let's see the answer. He lost his bag, so he was very sad. In this sentence, we see this is the cause and this is the result, joined by so. Let's see other example. Their exam was over. They planned for a picnic. In these two sentences, the first one is the cause and the second one is the result. Here is the answer. Their exam was over, so they planned for a picnic. We see this is the cause and they are going to plan for a picnic. These two sentences are joined by so and there is a comma before so. Combining two sentences with so. Here are other two examples. You have the test in the next week. You should not waste time. The first sentence is affirmative and the second one is negative. The first one is the cause and the second one is the result. So we see the answer. You have a test in the next week, so you should not waste time. Let's see other example. They were not invited to the party. They didn't come. The first one is negative and the second one is also negative. These two sentences are joined by so and the answer is they were not invited to the party, so they didn't come. Both the two negative sentences are joined by so and we should not forget to put a comma before so. Grammar 2 for Level 2 students. Chapter 8 Connecting Ideas. Connecting ideas with or. Connecting items within a sentence. Or connects items within a sentence, usually asking or suggesting for preference or choice. Let's see the examples. Did you order coffee? Did you order tea? In these two sentences, we find two items, coffee and tea. So the person is asking you question about these two items, and if we join them, the answer is like this. Did you order coffee or tea? These two items are joined by or. Other two examples. You may stay at home. You may play tennis. The person is giving you a suggestion to stay at home or to play tennis. Let's see the answer if we join with or. You may stay at home or you play tennis. These two options or choices are joined by or. Combining two sentences. Or combines two sentences. A comma is usually used when or combines to complete independent sentences into one sentence. Here are the examples. Did you visit them? Did they visit you? The person is asking two questions. These are two different sentences. Let's see the answer. Did you visit them or did they visit you? Other two examples. Was Sunday a holiday? Was he on leave? The person is asking two questions and we are going to join these two sentences with or. Let's see the answer. Was Sunday a holiday or was he on leave? Grammar 2 for Level 2 students. Chapter 8 Connecting Ideas. Using auxiliary verbs after and. These are auxiliary verbs and these are used in present simple, present continuous, present perfect, past simple, past perfect, and so on. Auxiliary verbs are often used after and to give the same idea of the main verb used before and. It has the same tense or modal as the main verb. Sentence A. I read newspaper every day. This sentence is in the present simple and in the affirmative form. The main verb is read. Sentence B. Ali reads newspaper every day. This sentence is also in the present simple and in the affirmative form. Both these sentences are the same regarding the ideas they express. In sentence A, the main verb is read and the auxiliary verb is do. In sentence B, the main verb is reads, and according to the tense and the person, the auxiliary verb is does. To combine these two affirmative sentences, after and we use does too instead of reads. We do not write reads newspaper every day. Let's see the answer. I read newspaper every day. The first sentence as it is, and after that we put a comma and put and we write the second sentence with does too. We need not to write reads newspaper every day. There are other two examples. He will not come tomorrow. I will not come tomorrow. Both these two sentences are in the future form, but they are in the negative form. They are having the same ideas. In sentence A, the main verb is come, and the auxiliary verb is will. In sentence B, the main verb is come, and the auxiliary verb is will. To combine these two negative sentences, we use and after and we write will not either instead of come tomorrow. We need not write this again. See the answer. He will not come tomorrow. We put a comma and write and after that we begin the second sentence and we do not write the whole sentence. We just write the subject and will not either.
This is a question I often ask my students. Is I give them this diagram or this shape and I ask them how many triangles are in this shape. We can decompose this into a lot of different ways. So here we can see a large triangle and here we can see smaller triangles. So shapes actually are easy for us to recognize multiple subshapes within them. Here's another example where we've drawn two large rectangles that overlap one another. And you might be able to see that it could have been made with 5 squares, but we could also make it with 4 squares, where the fifth center one is implicitly understood. We could also, again, create it with just lines, or line segments that join each of these. This shape can be created and recognized as multiple different subshapes in multiple ways. Here's another example of a shape grammar rule, where we take a base triangle and we say if we see this triangle we can rotate it 180 degrees. So if we take this TP-like shape here, we can recognize a triangle in the center and we can then rotate it 180 degrees, which leaves us with some of these arrowhead endpoints. This is an example of a basic shape grammar where we recognize the shape and then we operate on that shape. Another example here is a way that we can do subdivision. So we take this, if we see a triangle, we can then make a smaller triangle where the endpoints are at the midpoint of the larger triangle. So if we start off with a base triangle here, we can then make a smaller triangle inside that, which then creates 3 new triangles. We can take, say, this bottom right triangle and add a new triangle in that. We can take this bottom left triangle and add another one in there, and the top one as well, and we can keep on going and going until you keep subdividing more and more. So we take several rules that seem very simple, combine them with an initial shape, and it produces patterns that are emergent that we would not have figured out just by ourselves. So this allows us to create two-dimensional patterns or on a facade, or it allows us to subdivide a facade into multiple pieces where then we can place different materials on them for visualization. And it also allows us to combine three-dimensional shapes with weights and colors and all kinds of complex things to create very complex structures from very simple rules. And that's the basic of shape grammars.
Grammar 2 for Level 2 students. Chapter 9, Comparisons. Comparative forms of adjectives. A possessive noun or pronoun may follow than. See the structure. After than we write possessive noun or possessive pronoun. Examples. My father is 50 years old. Ali's father is 55 years old. If we compare these two sentences, the comparative is as follows. My father is younger than Ali's. My father is 50 years old and Ali's father is 65 years old. So, my father is younger than Ali's. We do not write than Ali's father. We write than Ali's, and it is a possessive noun. Or we can write the sentence this way. Ali's father is older than mine. Here we see Ali's father is 55 years old and my father is 50 years old. So Ali's father is older than mine. Here than mine means than my father. We write mine after than and it is a possessive pronoun. Another example. My book costs 50 riyal. Ali's book costs 40 riyal. So my book is expensive. Let us see how we compare these two sentences. My book is more costly than Ali's. My book is 50 riyal and Ali's book is 40 riyal. So my book is more costly than Ali's, and we do not write than Ali's book. We write Ali's and it is a possessive noun. Also we can write this sentence this way. Ali's book is less costly than mine. His book is less costly because it is only 40 riyal and my book costs 50 riyal. So Ali's book is less costly than mine, and we do not write than my book. We write than mine, and mine is a possessive pronoun.